There's something about the night sky, isn't there? On clear evenings, it's easy to get lost in the stars and planets, and it gives you a huge sense of perspective. Like my passion for the weather, Dr. David Strange caught the astronomy bug at a young age looking out at the sky, except he was looking at things much further afield. We caught up with him in the planetarium at Sidmouth's normal Lockyer Observatory, named after the renowned Devon astronomer and scientist who discovered the gas helium.
This is quite an intriguing piece of equipment. Tell us a bit about it.
Well, it's a wonderful called optical mechanical planetarium projector made by an American company called Spitz in the 1950s and 1960s. Originally belonged to Royal Observatory Greenwich, and when they upgraded to a digital planetarium, they offered it to us. It was originally for 20 grand.
Right.
We said we couldn't afford that, so they said, well, you can have it for free if you come and collect it. And it works really well, yeah. We have regular planetarium shows here.
And it really does work well. The detail from the 70-year-old machine is incredible, and its intentional application as a training program for celestial navigation for pilots and sea captains has been put to good use for open days and school visits.
I lived in a dark sky site we farmed on the Isle of Purbeck. Beautiful sea horizon right out at Snorkel's Head. And that's when I've really got passionate in astronomy, and I've built various observatories over the years and carried it forward throughout my life. So I've been following the stars since age 10. I was been involved with the NLO here since 2006.
Now, how many people have you got? I know you've got a WhatsApp group and you've got a nice community. How many people have you got that will provide you with images, from their homes, from their own telescopes and their own equipment? What sort of numbers are we talking about?
Oh, we've probably got about 50 or 60 die-hard sort of images. In the society itself, there are about 300 members.
Right, okay. So it's a big old group. But you get a wealth of incredible things.
Yeah, we've got very talented members who are computer whiz kids and got all the technical know-how, so it's great.
There's always something going on in the night sky, and this year is no exception. David is looking forward to a lot of celestial phenomena in the months ahead.
2025, currently we've got a great opposition of Mars, so we'll be imaging Mars for the next few weeks. Coming up, we've got a lunar eclipse, or one or two lunar eclipses. We inevitably get the passing comet that begins to thrill us if it's bright enough, so we're always looking out for new stars and comets in the sky.
What's the best thing you've seen in the last few decades of your space passion?
Probably the most interesting was the comet Shoemaker-Levy impact on Jupiter back in the 1990s. We saw this comet disintegrate, had been captured by Jupiter, and it disintegrated in 21 fragments, and we watched them implode into Jupiter's atmosphere over the course of about a fortnight.
David's also been on a couple of successful solar eclipses over the years, something that James Lockyer, Norman's fifth son and observatory curator from the 1920s, tried around 100 years ago in Yorkshire. Typically, the weather wasn't on his side.
Unfortunately, it was cloudy weather that morning, so they're all in their raincoats.
Yes.
But they didn't do things by halves. They set up a wonderful, what's called a coronagraph. It's a huge 60-foot focal length telescope.
Yeah, if you look at the length of that compared to the Folly.
Yeah.
It's me, right, okay, right.
Enormous structure.
Yeah.
And it had to be accurately positioned at the time that the sun was actually drawing an eclipse. So they had to work out the mathematics of where to point that telescope. There's our James Lockyer with the eclipse pendulum. This was a clock that was keeping very accurate times. This is Kitty, this is Jim Lockyer's wife.
Yes.
And she was operating the Zeiss coronagraph. That's the only successful photograph they got.
Modern astronomy has come on leaps and bounds since then, and is now so accessible with the wealth of portable telescopes and smartphone apps, but the old school is still relevant.
Well, this is an original telescope made in 1876
I see.
by John Browning. The unusual thing about this telescope It's not a silver on glass mirror, it's actually a specular mirror, which was an ally of two compounds that was polished, but the problem was the atmosphere used to degrade it, had to be repolished every fortnight. So that was succeeded by silver and glass telescopes, which all the modern telescopes here are composed of.
And this is more the thing that you think about when you think about astronomy and telescopes. And most of these are things that people have donated, give or take.
Yes, a lot of these have been donated.
There's one here though that looks a little like none of these at all. It just looks like a pair of binoculars, like ship's binoculars or something. Tell us a bit about these here.
These are the famous George Alcott binoculars.
Right.
That he used to discover 5 comets and 5 novae. But they were, of course, originally designed for spotting enemy aircraft coming over the Channel coasts.
Oh, I see. So these are World War bits
War
of
II,
hardware.
yes.
I see. Gosh, so 5 comets then from something that wasn't necessarily designed for. How on earth do you go about discovering a comet? I mean, they don't just appear, or do they?
Well, if you want to discover a comet visually with your eyes, you've got to have a photographic memory of a particular star field.
Okay.
And George Alcott could remember the vision of 3,000 stars in the sky.
Goodness me. In which case that makes it slightly easier to notice when something's not quite right. And if you were someone who was just getting into astronomy, what would be, say, top 3 things that you would say, right, you must get these bits of equipment?
Well, we always advise people starting off with astronomy to start with a pair of binoculars, find your way around the sky, and then you want a fairly portable telescope. The telescope's not easily moved outside, ends up collecting dust in the cupboard.
Yeah, fair point.
Back in the planetarium, I ask if there's still room for stargazing in a world of augmented reality and artificial intelligence.
Well, I think everybody needs to be mindful of the fact that we are all star stuff. You know, all our atoms were fused in stars, we created the stars. So the universe, they say, is part of us and we're part of the universe. So it's a great grounding exercise to have a fascination, of course, with nature and the wider universe and the stars and galaxies above our heads.
Would you go to space?
I think I'd probably get terribly airsick. I don't know. I'm not very good on ships, but I would like to go into space.
Ultimately, the best thing about the night sky is that it's so accessible and free. All you have to do is look up.